All right, got one for you. This is gonna be like a really douchey, like, I'm just walking into my house and like, here's the cool things I own. But it's too dark out here, and I was just sitting out here, so I'm going back in anyway. So extrapolate what kind of egotism you will from it. Here, I'll try to get some light on me as I do this. So I have a thought for you. Shit is just falling off me, squad. Okay. So, I've been thinking a lot about the other thing I was talking about. The light down here works. Oh yeah, no, it's light up there that doesn't work. So I've been thinking a lot about the idea of, my kind of awakening or my my realization, of kind of nature and myself and my sort of releasing myself into a oneness and a sort of happiness, that sort of fulfilling kind of idea. And it's, it's kept, right? It's I was thinking about it today, it's kept a couple days now, it keeps sort of working. And when I go back to it, it's working in the same way, like, it's not like I re-kitted an idea to work in this situation and I'm holding my breath to try and stay happy, for the most part. And I could be wrong. I could be on the verge of a huge, catastrophic fucking mental break. I'm probably not, because it seems normal, but I don't know. This angle certainly makes it look like I'm going to be on a huge mental break. Here, come upstairs. So, but I've been thinking about this and kind of ways to explain it to myself and, to this form, to them, the Alex Judd. Ways to remember it, ways to sort of practice it. And, outside of the ego of it, like, maybe somebody will watch this and be inspired by it. But, inside the ego of it, I do not want to lead. That is not my business, And I really don't. Like, I really, honestly, at the moment at least, don't really feel comfortable so much with the idea of being, I don't know, the idea of gurus and the idea of leaders, and it falls very, very quickly into the self-help, like seminar world, which I'm, from this subjective, I'm not crazy about in the moment. It just feels, like an egotistical trap. Like, it feels it too quickly becomes empire. It too quickly becomes kingdom. It becomes cultish, or becomes cult adjacent very quickly, which is dice. It's always, it's always going to be. So, casting this out there, mostly for myself. But myself is all people. And I am but a humble player. Listen to my words and move on. For the moment has already passed. But yeah, so the thing that I wrote down and kind of came up with, and this is the thesis of this video, this vlog. We, as human beings, as existences, as people, as us, we are a very long sunset. Allow me to explain. Libra rising. So, if you consider the idea of looking at a sunset, you naturally, almost without really knowing it, or like, signing a contract about the thought in your brain, you look at it and you know explicitly that it is going to go away while you look at it. It's going slowly. Its now is very long, now or now, all the way down. But you're watching it knowing it's going to go away. And so you have a natural response to when you're watching a sunset and enjoying its beauty to know that it's going away. And you enjoy its beauty in that context. And people know that sunsets are really beautiful. People more or less really universally agree watching a sunset's really lovely. At least in a vacuum. I mean, probably watching the sunset every single day is going to get a little bit more boring, but you know what I mean. At least that artistic, that image, the concept of the image of watching the sunset is very lovely because it is. So you're watching the sunset and you're appreciating it because you know it's death. You know that it's going to die. So you will naturally enjoy fully and honestly and deftly every moment of that sunset. You will be able to absorb every moment that you're cognizant of watching it. I mean, it's not like you're doing disservice to the sunset because you pulled your phone up for a minute or something. No, that's fine. But like every moment that you're watching it and engaging with it is a full moment that you are fulfilled in watching it because you are cognizant of its death. Its death, its inarguable death gives full and inarguable context to its life. Fuck wild, Judd. You can see where I'm going with this. So if we are all a very long sunset, if we consider ourselves that way, if we consider each other that way, because I think in the rawest sense, it's true that we are going to die. That's the only thing you know. You can't argue. Like there's no, like everybody agrees you're gonna die, you know? People say we shouldn't, and maybe we can fight it, maybe we can break it, and I don't know what that would do. Might be cool, might be awful. I don't really know how that would unpitch the balance. But we know we're gonna die. And so if we know that inarguable fact, and we fully accept that, then we can also fully accept on this side of the camera, over by this messy sink, that the inarguable fact of our life. You know, Alan Watts, how would you know you're alive if you've never been dead? How would you know that it's bright in here if it's never been dark? How would you know that it's dark in here if it's never been bright? I'm acting this, it's totally fell. But it's a cool concept. So, same basic idea. We were a very, very long sunset. And if you look at each other and yourself and the world as that, because it is dying, it's gonna go away. There is beauty in that decay. And you think about it that way, at least for me, what I've found is that you find your body will naturally just know how to look at a moment and fully love it and go bye and be able to just to say hello and goodbye to kind of every moment, and then that starts to go so fast, like film stock or like, you know, like cartoon, like flipping a cartoon as it moves, that all those moments become one fluid action, and then you are in the moment, you know. And that's kind of all it really is, at least at the moment. I mean, at this cliff, or what's the word? Now I gotta find it. Now I gotta find it live in this video. That's the like an ascension vantage. That's the vantage from which I am seeing the whole idea of this oneness, this self, this accepting of the moment, this fulfilling your life kind of for this very simple thing, this meditative practice. And I think that's the only thing I know that's good for people. I think that I know. I can't really objectively say and like on a soapbox being like, this is it. But I don't want to be doing that because I don't know. It might not be good for people. It might not be good for everybody to see the world that way. I feel like it is. But that's it to me. That all you have to do and know to really be kind of fulfilled by your life and by the moment is to watch the sunset of life. Because you can watch a sunset from anywhere. It's nicer to watch it from a vantage. It's nicer to watch it, you know, I don't know, through probably maybe there's some telescope, you know, that's the eclipse milk carton thing. You know, it's nicer to do that. It's just as fine to watch it from the street where you can see it. You can watch a sunset from wherever you're standing. You can watch a sunset from inside prison. You can see it. And you can watch a sunset naked. Nothing you need to do it. And there's nothing you need to appreciate it. There's no context in which a sunset isn't beautiful, you know, in its dying and going. And that's kind of life. There's no context in which life isn't beautiful. In a way, existence isn't beautiful. Death and life isn't beautiful. That cycle is not beautiful. We are a very, very long sunset, just like this video. If we consider our lives as this form, as a sunset, from the context of a sunset, life is very long. And this I'm going to kind of just say to myself, because again, I don't want to preach or say, this is it, and if you don't do that, you're fucked, because that's not okay. You are the commander of your own mind castle. You are the sheriff of your own mind cowboy town. It's you. It's your style. Whatever makes sense to you, makes sense to you. But, got caught up. Now I've forgotten. I've lost the goddamn train again. Maybe I'll go back over here. Don't ever let anyone tell you that life isn't long. Because it is. Life is short if you ignore it. It's short if you turn away right now. From that. It's long. If you're doing that all the time, fuck me running. It's long, man. All right. I reckon that ought to do it. Godspeed, Rambler.